Hello everybody, it's a few minutes past 7 o'clock, it's Tuesday night, it's the 11th of April. I'm Heim and this is Ares Cyber Essentials. I'm just moving my camera a little bit so that I'm centered and not slightly skewed. I'm going to move my glasses to a slightly odd angle so that the light on the screen doesn't reflect back at me. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about reducing the impact. I'm going to start with talking about some of the technical terms, because you'll find that in my posts and in the infographics that I post through the week, I use terms like risk and threat and vulnerability and flaws and features and so on. So I just want to be clear with you guys. What do I actually mean by these terms? Risk is the potential for a threat, which could be a person or a thing which is likely to cause damage through exploiting a vulnerability, and a vulnerability could be a flaw or a feature or possibly even a user error, which might result in some form of negative impact either on your devices, anything from your phone to your main computer system, or if you're watching me from a bigger company, your entire network. So if there's flaws in there, or if there's features of the software that you use, the applications that you use, sometimes these can be used against you, and more often than not it will be through a user error. The sort of negative impact that you could have is that information could be breached or data could be breached. Your system could be infected with malware. There are certain industries which are particularly vulnerable to ransomware, and that's where a hacker or a group of cyber criminals will attack your network or your machine, and they will encrypt your hard drive and basically lock you out of your system and demand money from you, usually in the form of some kind of cryptocurrency, to have them then unencrypt your system so that you can get back onto it. And in ransomware attacks, sometimes the cyber criminals will actually unlock your system and give you full access again once you've paid the ransom. Other times they don't, and there's no guarantee that once they've unlocked your information that they haven't in some way corrupted the data that you had there. The second thing is who might be attacking you. I said it before and I'm going to say it again, and you'll probably get sick to death of hearing me say it, but cyber criminals don't really care. They don't care whether you're a government, whether you're an infrastructure provider. They don't care whether you're a major corporation. They don't care if you are an SME or a solopreneur. All they're interested in is disrupting your life, stealing information from you, stealing records, credentials from you, and those who are only interested in the money are interested in finding out what your banking details might be, what your customers' banking details might be, what your suppliers' banking details might be, because they want your money. So who might be attacking you? So cyber criminals interested in making money through fraud or through the sale of valuable information, they're your number one threat, and there are loads of them out there, and they're very, very organized these days. I'm sure I've said it to you before. I know that one of my infographics makes it quite clear that modern day cyber criminals are highly unlikely to be a tech geek sitting in the basement or of their parents' house or in their bedroom, cracking away with code, trying to break into your system to get your information from you. These days they're very, very organized, and they work in groups where they pool resources, pool knowledge, pool expertise, and they work very much like the old mafia type criminal gangs of the 20th century. If you're a bigger company, or perhaps a government department, your industrial competitors or foreign intelligence services might be interested in you so that they can gain economic advantage for their company or for their country, depending on which end of the spectrum they're working at. Then we've got hackers, and hackers are an interesting breed because a lot of hackers out there just hack for the challenge and the fun of it. Sometimes they act alone, sometimes they act in a group. It's all about them doing something to your system or doing something to your website where they can then, for the sake of ego, tell other people, hey, look at what I've done, go to that website, I've defaced it, or go to that website over there, look at what I've done, I've injected it with malware, it's now spamming people left, right and centre, whatever. But they do it pretty much as an ego trip. And then of course you've got employees who might attack you, and obviously employees, they have legitimate reasons for being on your system. They might accidentally do something that they shouldn't do. And then again, on the other hand, there are some employees out there which are disaffected with the companies that they work for, and therefore will deliberately misuse the company's systems and cause havoc and mayhem. By and large, the number one threat to most businesses, irrespective of whether you're very big or very small, is the cybercriminal who is intent on committing fraud or extortion against you in some way or another. The sad truth of it is that unfortunately in this new and connected world, with more and more Internet of Things being connected to the internet, we are all at risk in one way or another of being hacked. So, you know, guys, please be sure that you've got good quality antivirus, anti-malware and firewall protection, not just on your computer, but also on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop. There's some really, really cool companies out there that, you know, will give you a discount if you buy multiple licenses so that you can actually protect all of your devices, and that is a really, really good starting point. So, as I say, once again, it's Tuesday the 11th of April. I'm Anna. This has been Ares Cyber Essential Live, and I really appreciate your feedback. So come on guys, please feedback, because at the end of the day, I'm here for you. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to help you as best as I can to stay safe online. Have a great night. Good night.